Hawkins in the building today.
I'm here.
Miss Hawkins is accompanied by security. Her husband.
Always.
Always. That's right.
Yes, always.
So we're going to get into their business a little bit tonight.
Okay.
We're going to get deeper. Matter of fact, I have to say this. We tried to do this like 2 years ago.
We did. That's my fault.
And it didn't work, but that's okay. We're here now.
You here?
We're here now. So, okay, we got it.
And I'm happy to be here too. I am.
We are happy that you are here.
Happy to be here. Yep.
We finally made it.
Yes. It took me a minute, but I'm here.
So Tyler had to get you first, and then okay. Had to go to the big name first. Yeah, that's all right. I just need to see when these comments come up. Right quick. Real, I see you. So now we have Miss Shayla Hawkins in the building. And I got to do this first because I had to do it like this. We have Miss Shayla Hawkins. She's a wife, a mother, a businesswoman, an entrepreneur. She's a shero. You work at the Human Resources. Used to work at the Human Resources for the U.S. Army. Ain't too many people say that. She went to UAB. She's a product of UAB. She's from Jackson, Alabama.
Yes.
Okay. Married to Antonio Hawkins, mother of two. She loves God, and she's co-owner of H&H Business Solutions. Now, I want to thank you and Antonio for my first gift when I first got started. Y'all believed in me. So these microphones right here came from the Hawkins family. So I want to thank y'all on camera.
And you put them to good use too.
Oh yeah,
I
very
appreciate
good.
that.
We have had some amazing interviews on these.
Yes.
I forgot to turn my mic.
People say they're
See, my engineer didn't tell me my mic wasn't on. See that?
It was? Oh.
That's all right.
You
Just
sounded perfect.
I'm loud anyway.
Okay.
You sounded perfect. I didn't even know.
Yeah, you said you was gonna do it, and you sounded convincing. When you said it, you sounded convincing. So I was like, let me see. I know we got something.
Yeah, and y'all was a blessing, and I tell you, they got put to good use every time.
But keep in mind that you are always doing something for other people too. Like you're always doing something in the community. I don't know if the people know, well, most of the people know, but you're always doing something.
Well, I try.
Yeah, always.
So, oh, I know what I had. Because I wanted to get into this too. And so I had to put this together too. So if you all don't know, these are the steps to creating a solid business foundation. Conduct market research, create a business plan, have funding in place, decide on location, brick and mortar, online, choose a business structure, choose a business name, register your business in your state, apply for federal EIN and state tax ID, apply for required license and permits, open a business bank account. Now, I see, and I want to ask you, it says a guided journal for women that you authored. I can and I will. Motivational quotes and affirmations to inspire you to reach your goals by Shayla Hawkins. Where can they find this book?
It's available right now on Amazon. We can drop a link in the comments, but if you go to Amazon and just put in I can and I will and put my name, Shayla Hawkins, SHAYLAHAWKINS, it'll automatically pop up and you'll get it in like 3 days.
Okay, so your book, so it's like an inspirational journal.
Yeah.
Okay. You got some good stuff in here. This is this book, let me see. I did this last night. How many pages is this book?
It's actually extra page, like it's about 175 total.
Okay, 175 total. Your inspirational journal. And some people do good keeping a journal. Some people don't. Was that your phone? My phone? I think that was somebody's phone. Okay. Can you hear Shayla clearly? Okay. So, you from Jackson.
Yes.
Where is Jackson, Alabama?
Jackson, Alabama. Okay. It's about 45 minutes north of Mobile, 45 minutes to an hour north of Mobile. Let me say this. Jackson Aggies, home of the Jackson Aggies.
Okay, I heard the Aggies.
Yeah, of course. Class 4A state champions in basketball and football for 2024. Yes. Okay.
Shout out to the Aggies.
Yes.
Okay.
So, Jackson is a really small town. When I say small,
so everybody know you there.
Mostly everybody will know me. Maybe some of the younger kids may not know me, but pretty much everybody. The population is less than 5,000 people.
Okay.
In the entire city, so it's really small.
Okay. So let's go to the HR part. How did you get into that?
So
Earrings. It was the earrings tapping on the mic.
Okay, I'll take it off.
Okay.
No, you don't have to. I would just change the mic placement.
Okay.
Make it a little closer. Excuse us for 1 second. That's my engineer. Okay.
So, what was your question?
I was asking about the human resources part.
Okay.
How did you get into it?
Okay, so when I joined the military, which was while I was still in high school, so I joined the military in 1998, and I was still in high school. Is it still touching the mic?
It's still touching?
No.
It's something.
Sorry.
Okay. That's
Sorry.
Okay. I
On
think
the
that's
back of the
good.
speaker. Turn down just a little. That might be.
So, while I was still in high school,
Just
I
a little bit.
decided that.
Can you hear?
Can you hear?
Testing.
Testing.
I can hear you.
Here.
Testing. Can you hear me?
Okay. So while I was still in high school, I decided that I wanted to go ahead on and join the Army. So in December of '98, of course I wasn't 18 yet, but they have this little delayed entry program, and they have this thing where your parents can actually sign for you to join early. So I was 17 when I joined, and that was the job that they gave me, human resource. So my job was human resource when I entered into the Army in 1998.
How long did you stay on?
I stayed for 15 years.
Oh, you really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 15 years.
Wow.
Most of those years were reserved because I wanted to be able to go to school and stuff like that. So most of those years were reserved. So total I did about 3 years of active duty.
So that wow. This is like 15 years. So one thing I wish I would have went to the military.
Really?
I do. I'm a people person. I love meeting people, so I know I've met people in different places and I've been able to travel. That's one thing. But also, I think that I could have did maybe good in the military.
I can see you doing that.
But when the man came to give me and my cousin a test, I don't know if he remembers this or not. we were outside, and I said, "You want to go to the home?" He said, "Mm-mm." He said, "You want to go to the home?" I said, "Mm-mm." And we failed the test on purpose. I know that man said he's the dumbest boys I ever seen in my life. I don't want to know what near my honor. So, but now I kind of regret it. But you know, God do everything for a reason. But yeah, that's
I've heard people say that before,
really.
that they failed on purpose. Yeah.
Then I look back like you was in that 15 years, all the benefits later on.
Yeah.
You know, my dad was in Vietnam. You know, I look at all the benefits later on that a lot of people get. You know, I met a young guy, young guy.
Mm-hmm.
He had 120%.
Yeah.
Yeah, 120 or 130.
It's worth it.
Yeah, and so, you know, I look at stuff like that. Wow, I didn't know you was military like that.
Yeah. That's because most of my years were reserve years, so I was able to still like go to school, and I was here in Birmingham most of that time.
Okay.
So I was still able to go to school. I was still able to do everything that I wanted to do. The only time that it was just like really tough was like right after 9/11,
Okay.
and I had to go to Egypt. Like
You went to Egypt?
I went to Egypt right after 9/11.
That's a lot. I don't know about you, see. You don't get to Egypt?
Yeah.
Everybody can't say that.
Yeah, it was actually in September of 2011. As soon as they allowed, because they kept flights grounded for a couple of weeks after 9/11. So as soon as they allowed flights to start back moving out, my unit went to Egypt, and that was the nerve-wracking part. As a matter of fact, it's more nervous. It's scarier now thinking about it than it was then, because I was so young and not really realizing what was really happening and what was going on in the world. You know, of course I'm seeing it on TV, but just not thinking about like so many things that could have happened. So when I think back, it's like, oh my God, like you really did that. But yeah.
Then you have to I think about too, like, all of our military. Shout out to our military too.
Yes.
Shout out to our soldiers. We thank you for your service for real. Cause you never know. A police officer told me one time. He said, if people only knew half the stuff that was going on in the world, they'll lose their mind. You know, he was in the military too. But you know, just the stuff that y'all see, and you know, and a man told me one time. He said, because I used to, you know, be like, well, you know, my dad, he didn't, you know, because he had been to the military, he went to Vietnam and stuff like that. He said, man, you don't know what your dad had to see or had to do to get back here. I'm like, whoa. And then I kind of understood it, then just seeing different stuff. But I didn't like the way that the VA treat our soldiers.
Yeah.
You know, that's another thing, you know, they don't treat them.
Definitely a lot of room for improvement.
Yeah.
And I see a lot of improvement now compared to what it was, but there's still a lot more room for more improvement. Yeah.
So what are you doing now?
Right now, I do training and professional development in the government sector. But with my business, I'm really focusing on our building now. So we have the commercial building in South Point where we rent office space. So we have.
Your daughter said, "You looking cute, girl."
She did it.
Hey, Jazz.
I know that. So we rent this office space, and we have 8 suites that's being rented out. We only have 1 suite available right now.
Wow, congratulations.
That's
I remember when y'all got the building, so congratulations on that.
You came to the building when we was working on it. So we put a lot of work in it, and it's finally, you know, kind of pretty much where we want it to be. Still a few more things we want to do, but we pretty much got it where we want it to be. And I do a lot of writing now, so I'm finishing up a book that's going to be published before the summer. And it's strictly business, entrepreneurship. That's what it's focused on. So writing, I do a lot of, and I'm working on rebranding myself as far as, you know, my entrepreneurship. I'm rebranding myself because I really want to focus more so now on the small businesses and providing them with the training that they need, that leadership training, customer service, team building. I have done a little bit in the government sector, but I want to do a lot more of it with the small businesses, because that's one of the things I see lacking with small businesses. They need more leadership training, more customer service training, and then you'll always build that morale if you have those team building exercises. So that's one of the things I want to focus on. As a matter of fact, the first business that sends me a message that's either on Facebook or Instagram, and they request leadership training, team building exercises, or customer service training, I'm gonna go to their business and provide that training for free. That's something I want to do.
Let's do that again. The first business that comments and says my business needs your help, you're gonna go to their business and give free training and leadership building.
They get to choose whether or not their business need the leadership training, the customer service training, or they just need a team building exercise. They get to choose what their business needs.
It's a lot of businesses should be choosing customer service. Customer service. I'm so big on customer service.
Yeah.
Like, I will tip good. And I don't mind tipping good if the customer, sometimes the food is not right. But if that customer service is good, you got it. You got it.
It don't cost nothing to be nice.
It don't cost nothing to be nice. So that right there, I'm big on that. I'm big on that. So okay. So you got your building. You got your business started. So what's next?
So I'm really, like I said, I'm rebranding myself because I really want to spend more time with those small business owners, with that training. And I've always done that, in the government sector. But I see that small business is really needed. But that and writing, I spend a lot of time writing. So that's like a big thing. And I can see myself within the next couple of years definitely publishing a few more books.
This book is very nice. It's very nice.
And that journal, I actually published that journal right after I finished with the movie. Even though the movie is just coming out, that movie was filmed in January of 2023.
So it's very, I am powerful. And then it says my goals for the week. And then it says weekly check-in. So it's like I am resilient. So it's like, this book is like, I love me. So these things right here, these things that people can tell themselves to motivate themselves. Because a lot of people need motivation.
Yes, that's the purpose. When I created that journal,
I am brave. This is cool.
I was really trying to motivate myself.
It's like affirmations.
It is affirmations, motivational quotes. I created that journal because I was trying to motivate myself. I really was. Like, I was in a place. Sometimes we get in a place where we are just stuck, and we have so much stuff we want to do but can't get it done. And I was using my phone to do this stuff. Like what you see in this journal, I was putting these motivational quotes in my phone. I was putting them in my phone. I was motivating myself. I was putting the quotes in my phone. I was going in there saying, okay, this is your checklist for the week. These are the things you need to do by the end of the week. These are the things you need to do by the end of the month. So I said, I'm sitting here doing all this in my phone. Why can't I just get a journal and do it? So then I went to the store and I'm like, okay, let me try to find a journal. So I saw journals, and I love journals, and I bought a few journals, but I started thinking, you know what, let me create this journal, because I know so many women that will want to use it. I know so many women that it could help. But one of the problems that I'm seeing, a lot of my friends and different people that I talk to, they order the journal and then they say, the journal is too nice. It's too nice to write in. And I'm telling
you. It is nice. I was,
this is what mine looked like right here.
Yeah.
Do you see how big up mine
Well, tell them to order two.
Yes.
Order two.
Order two.
Get your journal. Order 2 journals. Write in one. keep one pretty.
Yes.
And look, when it comes, this is the packaging that it comes in. So it, that's what the second.
Pretty
you
all
put
the
the
way
second
around.
on you know on a stand where it can sit like this. So when your friends come and y'all have game night, movie night, hookah night, happy hour, it'll be on there. They say, "Girl, where you get that from?" You say, "Girl, you can order yours today on Amazon." Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna 2025. We're gonna write in our journals. Everybody doesn't want to go to a therapist, which we need therapy. Yeah. But you can write in your journal and keep your journal with you. You know when you have certain thoughts. And guess what? My thoughts. I just saw. I didn't know. My thoughts. Yeah. And you can write the date, and then you can do a weekly check-in. And then after you do your weekly check-in, you can go to the next one. And you can tell how brave you are. See? So yeah, get this journal on Amazon. It's by Shayla Hawkins. Packaging. Everybody look, see, it's shiny. And it has like rainbow colors and all that stuff. Yeah. So now let's move on a little bit. Are we ready to go to the next part of this? Okay. So now, I kept seeing on your page a lot of Army stuff, and I was seeing but really wasn't paying attention. You know, I scroll like just because it's y'all family, you know, y'all always doing some blessed stuff. And so when I saw it, I was like, I said, hold up. Because I didn't know a movie came out. So now I'm seeing like the 6888. I'm like, wait a minute. And then I talked to Antonio. He told me that you was in the movie. I'm like, she in movies too? I got to step my game up. So now I'm looking like.
You in movies too?
I'm like, that what made me like say I need to step my game because I'm like, she in movies and stuff. So, all right, I watched the movie. And the movie was great. But you know, people tell you they're in movies. But I actually saw you in the movie a lot of times. I'm like, wait, I said they're gonna say. But the movie was a great movie. Taisha King said when so the movie is out, Taisha, and you can watch it on Netflix. She done made the Netflix. I ain't even made that on YouTube. I ain't even made the Netflix yet. But you can go to Netflix and watch 6888, the 6888. And it's a good movie. I'm not gonna tell the movie, but it's a good movie. And I really enjoyed the movie. The movie had me crying. You know, I was all like this here, you know, and stuff. Yeah.
We
So.
was on set crying too.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
I was for real. Doc cried too. Don't tell me. But yeah, the movie was good, and I was really proud. You know, then when I saw you walking up, I was like, oh man. So I you know, I'm proud of it. That was really amazing for real. So now, what's your next movie?
I don't know if I will.
Were you trying to be in the movie? How did that happen?
That's the thing.
You in a Tyler Perry movie. I'm trying to get the two man. You in Tyler Perry movie.
It really just happened because it's almost like it was kind of like a bucket list thing, like one of those things that I had a desire to do, but not something I desire to have a career in, but just to have the experience of doing it. But my daughter, she has been doing, she do a lot of different like shows and commercials and stuff like that, but she never talk about it. She don't post about it or nothing.
And she's so quiet and humble.
She's so, yes, and I have to send her a clip, like girl, you was just in this show, and I'll send her a clip, and she'll be like, oh, okay, Ma, and it's no big deal, but she saw this casting, and it was with a casting company called Cab Casting,
Okay.
and she saw it, and she sent it to me, and she was like, you know, Ma, I think you should do it, but of course, I'm thinking in my mind, like, yeah, I would like to do it, but then I have to think about, like, as a mom first, I have so much other stuff to do, and when I saw, like, how long they were going to be shooting and stuff like that, because it took us, like, 3 weeks to shoot this movie, so I had to stay in Atlanta, like, several nights. I had to stay in Atlanta. Of course, I came home on the weekends, but I stayed at my cousin's house in Atlanta, But she sent it to me and she was like, Ma, I really think you should do it. So I'm like, okay, I'll look at it. So I went ahead and I responded to it. I sent them, the things they asked for, a picture. They wanted your size, your dimensions. They wanted all the information. So I sent all of that information. Of course, I talked to the kids. I talked to my husband. I talked to them about it. And they was like, we really think you should do it. I'm like, okay, we'll see. All this was happening like November, December time frame. I had submitted it, didn't think nothing else of it, and then I got an email like I think it may have been the first week of December or the last week of December because they was asking me to come to Tyler Perry Studios on January 3rd.
Yeah, man, to the studio. I gotta get myself together.
And this is when COVID was still a big thing. So, in the email they was letting us know that you'll have to be tested for COVID. You'll have to come. So we did COVID tests almost every day. But I went, like I said, I sent the email. They selected me based on the information that I had sent in the email. And then they said, come to set. First they started out with the COVID testing, and then we had to be sized because I wore about 4 different uniforms
And them uniforms nice too.
Yeah, I wore like 4 different sets throughout the movie, so we had to be sized, so we had to, do fitting and go to wardrobe several times. And once we started shooting, they had everything set up so nice. They assigned us, they had the makeup artist on set, they had the wardrobe team on set. Usually if you're doing background, I don't think, you get hair makeup every day and, have a wardrobe person, fitting and making sure. But because of the type of movie it was and because of the message that they wanted to send, they wanted to make sure that, we fit the bill,
right.
That, everything was nice and neat. They wanted to make sure that we were capturing what that moment in time was in the 1940s. So everything was on point every day. Everything was so professional. Tyler Perry had it set up so nice. I mean, they fed us really well every day. He paid us. A couple of people asked me, girl, did you get paid? Did you do it for free? That movie is something that I probably would have done for free. I probably would have done it for free. But of course they paid us. If we had to stay, some days we were on set more than 12 hours. So of course we got paid overtime when we was on set more than 12 hours. But there were days where we were on set from 5 a.m. until midnight, like literally all day. That was taxing for me on my body because I was somewhere taking a nap. I was tired. I can't stay up. Like, I don't have that energy anymore. So I was taking naps and stuff throughout.
Which camera are we on?
This one right here.
Tyler, if you see this, I've been in 2 movies. I mean, I'll be quiet. You can make me an extra. You can make me a plug. Whatever you want. Tyler, listen, hey. I can drive to Atlanta. I catch groom transportation over there.
Hold on, sir.
I catch an Uber.
Actors, how you just gonna just
hey,
jump ship
man.
like this while I'm right here?
Listen,
They didn't
Tyler
jump ship
called
while
me.
I'm right here.
If Tyler called me,
You going?
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm going.
Well, I'm being the Trump. I'm telling
I was
pictures and
not
ideas.
expecting the way people say that, he's hands-on and stuff like that. I was not expecting it. When I say he was hands-on, every scene he was right there, like making sure everything went well. The first day I went to set, I walked in there, I'm just ready to go, just ready to do what I need to do. And they was looking at me like, is she serious? Is this a joke? I didn't realize that my ring was not something that was worn in the 1940s. They was
Oh,
like,
really?
where you going with that ring on? That's the way they pay attention to detail. They was like, where you going with that ring on? And I'm like, I don't take it off. And they was like, well, you gonna have to take it off. Like, you cannot wear the ring in the scene. So, and that was a scene that you couldn't see me in it, but of course I could see myself in it. But it was a scene where they were in the cafeteria. It was that scene, and they stopped me at the door. Was like, no, you have to take the ring
that
off.
ring, it's shining.
So I had to take my ring off.
You did good. You did good, dog. Yeah, so I mean that seems exciting. And he seems like a nice person, like
Yeah.
you know. So I mean, but to be hands on, you know,
He was very hands-on.
right? Wow, that's cool. I can't wait till he called me.
And Kara Washington helped produce some of the movie too, so
Yeah.
she was hands
She
on
did good
too.
though.
She did
Yeah.
great, and then for some of those tougher scenes, when those scenes ended, like I told you, like you was crying, we were too. And you know, she would talk to us, motivate us and stuff. So that helped me a lot because I got to see a different side of her. Even though I've always liked her,
Mm-hmm.
but to see her in that way, it was really good, and it helped a lot of those women because you don't know what women go through,
Right.
you know, on a daily.
Right.
But you could tell that it helped so many women. Like they seemed so relieved. One of the things that you didn't see is Debbie Allen. We spent a lot of time with Debbie Allen.
She was there too.
Debbie Allen is who helped us with the marching, the formations, and making sure that everything looked good, making sure everything was
Debbie
neat
Allen,
and clean. Debbie Allen,
Really?
Debbie Allen. She was so good to us. Debbie Allen is responsible for me being in the front of that formation where you could see me so good because she said, I want some actual veterans. Like I want women that have actually served in the military to come to the front. So of course it was probably about 15, 20 of us.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, she pulled me to the side. She said, I want you right there. And you know, that's kind of where I ended up. But Debbie Allen was hands on with us every day.
Oh my God, good move there. Yeah, it's great.
So
I was gonna tell you something. Debbie Allen, and Debbie Allen from Fame back in the day. People don't know that.
yeah.
Yeah. So did you make any friends on set? I mean, did you?
I did. The first day I was on set, the two women that I met, and that's when we weren't on set that day. We were going to our fitting.
Okay.
So the way he had it set up was because of COVID, he didn't want too many people, you know, to be fitted at the same time. So he had it set up where, you know, we would park at Tyler Perry Studios and then they would have a shuttle to pick us up and then take us to another part of Tyler Perry Studios so that, you know, we could get the fitting and stuff. And those women that I met, I still talk to them to this day. You know, we still communicate. Almost like the military, you meet people, they become your battle buddy. So that was my movie Battle Buddies. Those are the people that I pretty much spent time with every day. You know, we talked on set, took pictures, and hung out and stuff like that.
That's pretty cool. Had they been in movies before?
So one of the ladies, she's been in quite a few things. She was a part of those Country Wayne skits.
Oh, really?
She was a
you know
part
which
of.
one?
They in the skits they called her Glenda.
Oh yeah.
But her name is Lonnie.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
she's been in quite a few things.
Yeah.
So she was one. Another one that I spent a lot of time with was Tiana. Tiana has been in quite a few. As a matter of fact, she's done quite a few red carpet events too.
Okay.
And that's one. Those are the two that I pretty much communicate with the most.
Yeah, I remember Glenda. She was dating Philip.
Yeah, that's her. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Country Wayne. Country Wayne has done a great job too. I mean, he has done a great job. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you have done some amazing stuff yourself. So, yeah, we look forward to seeing you on the red carpet too. Yeah. They're gonna have to. So it was a lot of women I saw in the movie. Like that was a whole lot of women. How many women probably about?
So it was 200 women in the movie, but they were recreating. It was 855.
That's what I thought it was like.
That was a part of the 6 AAA.
Okay.
But for the movie, they only selected 200.
Okay.
So they selected 200 women to be a part of that.
Okay. Yeah, I know Tyler Perry Studios probably huge.
It is.
For real?
It's really nice.
Well, yeah, we got Cat Williams gonna put one
in
in Anniston, yeah. So you'll be in something else soon.
it would have to be something that's meaningful.
Right,
You
right.
know, for me to spend that much time on set, and
Yeah, right.
it would really have to be something meaningful. I wouldn't just.
Cause that right there was me.
Yeah.
That was very nice. I mean, I really
Yeah, that was something.
the way it was put together and everything. But that man made me mad though. That general.
That was so hard, but
Ooh.
what a lot of people outside of the military don't realize is that women deal with that. Not just women,
Right.
you know, not just women, not just, you know, black women, not like, if you're in the military, you learn that you have to have thick skin because you experience that stuff. Like, that's part of your everyday living.
Is it hard for a woman to be in the military, you think?
I think it's challenging.
Right.
I do think it's challenging, and I think along the way you always meet people that make it easier for you. You always meet those people that just somehow God just have a way of putting the right people in the right place at the right time. Because when you go from state to state, just going all over the place, and you don't know what you're gonna get, you don't know, you know, who's gonna be in charge, you don't know what that leadership looks like. It is tough, but the reward is you always have a way of gaining knowledge. You always learn something, even from the leaders that weren't so great for me. I've learned something from them, because when I'm teaching my leadership classes, I'm always able to pull, you know, examples from different stuff I've experienced. So I don't look at it as all bad, and it also helps you to become a better leader as well. So even though you won't experience some of it, it helps you in the long run, because it helps you to be a better person, and it helps you to look at situations from a different perspective. But it's definitely challenging.
So I have to ask this question. If you had to tell a younger you some good information, what would you tell a younger you?
A younger me.
Something like, if you had to go back and do it all again, mistakes that you made, or some good stuff that you've done, that you said, well, okay, I did that right, but if I would have did it this way, I would have. So what would you tell yourself?
I would tell myself to not focus on where you are, but focus on where you're going and where you're trying to be.
Okay.
That's probably what I would say. I would probably tell a younger me to continue to educate myself. You know, when I was younger, I read a lot, but it wasn't always stuff that was gonna, you know, help me. So I would tell a younger me, definitely, you know, educate myself more on, you know, my culture, what's going on in the world, things like that. That's what I would probably tell a younger me.
All right, that's a younger you. Now, if you had to give a young woman or a young man some good advice, what advice would you give them?
It will probably be about the same. Is to educate yourself and gain as much knowledge as you can, because that's the one thing that can't nobody take away from you. If you have that knowledge, the know-how, even if you don't know everything, if you have enough knowledge to understand where to find it, where to go look for it, become resourceful. And I say that to all young people now. You must make an effort to become resourceful. If you don't know it, you need to know how to find it. We have so much happening in the news with social media, and I have, like, even my nieces and my nephews, they'll call and say, oh, I saw this, and did you see? And I have to let them know, like, hey, you have to know how to find this stuff. Like, you have to learn what's a reputable source. You have to know how to educate yourself, and that's the most important thing. Because if you go by what you see and what you reading on social media, you're gonna have some problems on your hand. Even, you know, when they have the new laws that come, and different things like that. You know, when Congress vote on new laws and stuff like that, the young people need to know how to go find that information so that they can research it and understand it for themselves.
Right.
So I would say educate yourself, read as much as you can, and you need to be able to comprehend what you're reading, and that's important.
Going into the military for a young person, a couple of little pieces of advice. You know, a lot of them just going to the military to get a haircut.
Yeah. You telling the truth, that's the truth, but
And a sign-on bonus.
you telling the truth.
What powerful information could you tell them in a mistake not to make going into the military?
You have to want to do it, and this is something, I'll tell you what I did, and this was during my career. It was time for me to resign, and me resigning meant that I was going to get a sign-on bonus.
Okay.
And I will never forget, it was Master Sergeant Thomas is his name. As a matter of fact, I think he teach ROTC, or he coached somewhere in Birmingham City right now. But I was hounding Master Sergeant Thomas like, hey, I need you to sign this paper, I need my money. Like, I need my money, I need my check, I need you to sign, because you know they have to sign on you re-enlisting, or you have to meet all the criteria for you to re-enlist. I was worried about that money, and he was like, look, you need to wait. You need to know that you signing on again is lining up with where you're going. You need to make sure that this is something that you want to do. It's not about the sign-on bonus, because when you get there and you become miserable and you decide that this ain't for you and you don't want to do it anymore, you need to be able to walk away the right way.
Right.
And if you can walk away the right way, then you know you maybe get paid for the rest of your life. So I would say to them, do it when you know you're ready to do it, and when you know you can make that commitment, because when it's time to leave, you need to leave right. And if you leave right, then you'll be taken care of.
So he's teaching you about your future. And I think a lot of recruiters don't really do that, right?
Oh no, they just need to, you know, they need the number. They just need the number, pretty much.
Right. So they don't care if you make it or not, for real.
They just need you to be able to pass this test and meet the criteria. If you can meet the criteria, they gonna put you in. But I just say, if it's something that you want to do, you really have to have a desire to do it. You have to have a desire to do it. And it saddens me when I see the people that join to get a Hellcat, because they don't take pride in what they do. They disrespect the uniform. They wear the uniform any kind of way. I don't like that. Like, you know, I have a problem with it. When I wore that uniform, I wore it with pride. I wore it because, you know, I loved doing it. I really enjoyed doing it. And when I couldn't do it anymore, I was really sad. Like, I was sad that I couldn't. You know, as a disabled veteran, I'm always looking for ways to support veterans, to help veterans. So it was something that I loved to do. I genuinely had a passion for it.
See, that's why I should have went to the military. So I can say, as a disabled veteran, to have my tag, you know. Get my tag, and then get my discounts, and then get my veteran discount on Veterans Day.
Yeah.
I should have went to the military.
Yeah.
Listening to Eric.
They ship your medicines in the mail now. You don't have to go wait in line to get the prescriptions filled.
I should have never listened to my cousin.
Yeah.
My cousin said, "Do you want to go?" I said, "No."
It's a really good thing for those. I say to high school students, you know, if you're graduating from high school and you're undecided, you don't know what you want to do, you trying to figure it out, go for a couple of years, just until you figure it out, because those couple of years you can be accumulating, you know, different things that's going to help you in the long run. So if it's something that you want to do or something that you don't mind doing and you're trying to figure it out, instead of sitting at home for 2 years doing nothing,
Right.
I don't
Wasting
see nothing
time.
wrong with it. Yeah. Try
And
it.
you can get a haircut.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. You can do that too. Yeah.
Well, I really enjoyed this interview. I really, thank you for your knowledge in the military, for business too. We appreciate you for your service. Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Did I salute right?
Yes.
You think I did?
We
So,
appreciate you.
yeah.
We appreciate what you do in the community.
it's all
and
good.
You go hard for the people,
Yeah,
for
it's
the
all good.
kids.
I enjoy it.
And this something that I don't think I told you, but this one Anthony, of course, he was like maybe 5 or 6 then. He was little. He was probably 5 or 6, and we went somewhere, and you know how you used to cut his hair, and it was lined up real neat and clean, and somebody was asking him, they was like, "Oh my gosh, your haircut looks so good. Who cut your hair?" He was like, "Oh, my homeboy Q cut my hair." And they was looking at him like, "What? Your homeboy?" Like, "Yeah, my homeboy Q. My homeboy Q cut my hair." So they was looking at me like, "Homeboy Q, he got a home." I was like, "It's an adult. He's an adult. He's not a child."
But guess what?
He treats him like
He's
he's an
still my
adult.
homeboy right now.
Yeah.
That's my little partner.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, this was good. I feel like, first of all, for you taking out your time and coming, you and your husband and stuff. So we appreciate all y'all do for the community too. Y'all try to help out, bro.
Yes, we do. Yes. When he ready, I'm ready too.
Yeah.
I have a question for you, Q.
Okay.
So what motivates you to continue to do like all the stuff you do in the community, like the back to school, just so many things that you do in the community. What motivates you to keep doing?
If I could say, it's people. Just the love for it. So like with the haircuts, when I was in school, nobody came to school to cut our hair. And I didn't get a haircut for a long time. Like it might be like once a year, maybe twice. But that's why I go and donate haircuts when they ask me to come to the school. We had speakers that would come up, but they were so over our head when they was talking to us till, kind of didn't understand, they trying to teach somebody in the 4th grade finance. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm just going really because, get out of class or he gonna give you like some candy or something like that. So it was like really over our head. So when I go to schools and speak, I try to speak directly to them, directly to what they're going through, directly to what they're seeing, and you know what I'm saying. So that's my motivation for that. But everything else is just the love of what I've been through in my life. You get what I'm saying? So I want somebody else to be able to experience something good at some point. So like when we feed the homeless and stuff like that, I don't try to put them on there, or on screen or that, like on pictures and stuff like that. But that's one day that nobody's gonna talk down to them, nobody's gonna treat them wrong, and we do it twice a year, and we do for us, but we partner up like with Crystal Lomax and different people like that. They do stuff, and and most of the time your husband with me, so
I know.
yeah. So I mean, when you got people like that, it helps motivate you to go harder, because they gonna go hard. And then he gonna talk about you too while you out there, because he in the fitness.
You can't get in front of them.
We lifted. Well, the first time we lifted 1,500 boxes of fruit twice. I'm talking about, no, when I said twice, we had to lift it off the big truck onto the pallet, and then off the pallet and load them up in the church vans and the trucks and stuff. So we was doing that twice. You can't be out there with him playing. You know what I'm saying? He coming to work, and he coming to, hey, come on, let go. Come on, baby, let go. So we did this for.
You over there sweating?
But really, what got me, somebody invited me out there to come get some fruit. because they know like what I do for the community. So they was, but when I got down there, they didn't have no help. It was just one person and a pastor.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, I can't just come down here and receive
Yeah,
without helping. So I started helping, and it turned from me helping to kind of sort of running it.
Oh, my God.
You know what I'm saying? And so when I called Doc, and then I called a couple of other people, we had a whole team. Now we got an assembly line. You know, we working, one person pushing to, and we just working off the truck. And so, and the truck was like a 18-wheeler sometimes, full of boxes of fruit. So that's how that happened. And when it ended up happening like that, I think we did that for, I know about 3 months. I gave away 2,000 boxes of fruit from my barbershop. You know what I'm saying? Like with different types of fruit, different types of stuff. So we gave, what was that? Not the housing authority. Down there in Bessemer. We loaded them up. Yeah, we loaded them up. So, you know, but just different stuff like that. You know, I love to do stuff like that and make up different things to do. You know, that's just what I do. Yeah. Oh, I love it. I pray God give me strength to keep doing it. Yeah. So. Yeah. But you know, we got a lot of work to do. You know, and we gotta just keep going. Yeah. So we appreciate you. Appreciate your service. You know, appreciate your family. You know, we got a wonderful family. And, hey, we're gonna keep on going. Yeah. So we thank you for liking and sharing. For always tuning in, pressing the numbers up. Go to YouTube, Business in the Kutt TV. The Kutt is spelled Kutt. And subscribe to our channel. As always, we appreciate you. We want to give a shout out to our sponsors, Green Acres Chicken Downtown, Green Acres Chicken Inn, and Green Acres Realty Enterprise. Also, we want to give another shout out to our sponsor, AEG Entertainment. And we want you to go and shop at Mama Them. Go eat at Mama Them. And a special shout out to Yo Mamas on their new location. They had a grand opening on Monday. I didn't know, I missed it by mistake. I was just there Saturday. I think it was Saturday, Friday or Saturday. But they had their grand opening, so congratulations to Yo Mamas. If you want a nice place to have an event right in the heart of downtown, the Alcove, contact Derek J. Simpson. The Alcove is a very nice place, and they're doing some great things. Ruby Davis has a spot called in Midfield called the Avondale. Go and check out the Avondale. And just support your local black business too. You know, help keep people in business, because we have a lot of people that's struggling right now. You know, local barbers and struggling.
Photographers
too.
too.
Help us out. And we got some starving photographers that need your help. So what's the name of your
Designer Pics?
Look up Designer Pics. He is now my engineer. Does great work. So.
Yeah. That's me.
Shout out to Designer Pics for real. He's the movie that I was in that came out on Christmas Day. Designer Pics shot that movie. So,
thank you.
With no further ado, we appreciate everything that you do. Continue to like and share. Tell a friend. Business in the Kutt. We here.
Woo-hoo.